on God, like put it on God that you asked me multiple times to debate in the past, and I've literally said
No,
no.
nigga, fuck no, I lied about that shit, nigga. I
Oh
lied
my
about that
God,
shit.
bro.
Dude, are
You're
you
you're
being
but okay, you're a
genuine, bro?
troll,
Or are
bro.
you like actually mistracking everything I said?
Prophecy, you wanted a debate, and whatchamacallit, the other nigga, Marcy, you wanted
Yeah,
a
so
debate.
listen, we can just talk about abortion. We can just talk about abortion.
What's your take on abortion?
Me.
Yeah, I'm pro-choice, but I can take a pro-life view if you're pro-choice.
No, I'm not pro-choice. Actually, I'll just take the negation upon your position if that's fine. But what did you say, Flo?
Wait, wait, just to be clear, are you pro-life?
I'll just take the negation upon your position and how you argue upon the like
Wait,
just
so
the
you're
poor
taking the
topic.
negation of pro-choice, right? That
I'm
would be
taking the
pro-life.
negation upon your argument. Maybe I could be pro-choice, but maybe it's from the fact that I just disagree upon how you align the
Okay, great.
premises
You're
with the
just taking the
conclusion.
negation. You're just taking the negation to pro-choice to the argument for pro-choice, right? 'Cause I'm
Yes, the
arguing.
argument specific, not the position.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So listen, the
Because
argument
I don't
just
want to
goes.
really affirm anything.
Yeah. Okay, great. Let me just ask you, one question. Do you think that we should be able to violate the interest of fetuses, or like
The interest
just
is a
your,
fetus.
just
You think a fetus has an interest? I'm confused.
yeah, generally, these fetuses have interests that are going to be actualized, right?
Oh wait, are you wait? You're defending the pro-choice view, right? So when you say that the fetus has interest, you're talking about specifically when it has consciousness or beforehand.
Well, the interest is just the mental. It's just observing the mental state. It has,
Oh,
in
you're
alignment.
like lagging.
That
Wait, was
nigga
that just me,
mic is
Flo?
going out.
Yeah, it's going out, and maybe it's like your mic or something.
Yeah, no, I said that. Well, interests are just you can just observe the mental state and see there's some obvious preferential thing towards it, right? Like obviously you're gonna have some mental state action if you're stabbed, right? It's gonna be like a
No,
negative.
yeah, no,
I don't
I
feel
grant
like
that we have mental. I grant that we have qualities upon that. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Well, I'm not even
Okay,
sure if
wait,
it's
but
quality, but
specifically, I'm
obviously
just confused.
interest.
So, are you saying that only when we gain consciousness upon that, or maybe it's beforehand or beforehand? Like, is there a specific point where
Well,
the
yeah.
fetus gains interest?
Whenever the point where we have like this, where we can observe the mental states and just see that we obviously have a clear preferential um thing towards like anything, and then yeah, I mean that's when interests are actualized.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I'll grant that. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
So,
you grant
fetuses
that.
have
Do you think
interest
that?
in.
Wait. Do you think that? No, you answer this question. Do you think that
Okay.
interest should be like? Do you think interest should be violated?
I don't even. Maybe it should be more clear upon interest. So you just take it to be a mental state.
Well, interest is like I just said, it's some preferential.
And what do you mean by preferential?
Um, Preferential? Do you not know? Okay.
No, because you just said that it's just a
I
preferential.
don't
That's
know.
just another
Yeah,
word
some
that begs the
like
question.
well, preferential is just some positive or negative towards something.
Okay, and wait. I'll wait. So okay? Just to be clear, you think a fetus has interest from the fact that we can observe a mental state whether it has, or like I'm confused now. Now I'm
We
actually
can
like
observe it
confused upon
has.
how do you even
We can
identify that a
observe.
fetus has
Yeah.
interest.
Well, yeah, we can obviously observe that there's this in the 25-week state.
You're kind of out again, bro. Yo, are you
Yeah,
like
we.
walking around, bro? That might be the reason.
Yes, I'm walking around. But look, all I was saying was this, right? Like we can
Uh huh.
obviously observe. We can obviously observe this, right? We can say that there's there's a stage in development in the fetal brain that allows it to be able to experience pleasure and suffering, right? And those are necessary for the interest.
Okay, and okay, just to be clear, do you think that the moment that it gets consciousness, it has some system or
Well, not
capacity
consciousness, but
upon? Okay,
not
okay, quality
consciousness.
of
I'm not
mental state,
arguing
whatever
consciousness.
you want to take X to
I'm talking
be
about
as a factor
sentience.
of
I'm
holding it
talking
within
about
interest.
sentience.
Okay,
I'm talking
okay,
about
sentience,
sentience.
sure, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So when it gains sentience, just to be clear, right? Then
What
my bad,
happened? You
sorry,
know
bro. Some
that.
group chat was calling. My bad, but yeah. So let's just take okay. So when the fetus gets sentience, right? Then it is
Yeah.
the case that it has the ability to feel pleasure, or at least gain pleasure and suffering. Is that the
Well, yeah.
case? Okay, and
Yeah.
then you take that like I guess capacity or capability to be something that we value.
Well, yeah. I mean, Do you
Why?
think we don't value? You don't think we value?
I'm kind of agnostic on it, actually. I'm gonna be for with you, like,
Wait,
if I'm gonna be 100%.
are you agnostic on whether or not you value?
If I value sentience, in the
Wait, no, you're
aspect of
agnostic on
where we
wait,
value
hold on.
because
You're
of interest,
agnostic on
yeah.
wait. You're agnostic on whether or not
Bro,
you
you keep
value
cutting
sentient
off,
beings.
bro. I'm sorry, bro. You keep cutting off, bro.
Holy shit! It's
It's
okay
actually
then.
really bad. Like, you can ask anyone, bro. It's like really weird.
Yeah, are you agnostic? Are you just agnostic on whether or not we value, or whether or not you specifically value sentient beings?
Uh, I'm agnostic upon the position where
Do you think that
you.
humans should be raped?
Okay, chill, bro. Do you want me to answer the question, or you want to answer? You want a question and then ask another question?
I want a yes or no answer to that question. That
I
it just
mean,
needed a yes
I
or
don't
no.
have to just give an answer, yes or no question. I mean,
Well,
I
that's
could
what I'm
clarify
asking.
upon the
If you want
reasoning
to
behind.
dodge the question, then
I'm not
that'd be
dodging
my
the question. I want to answer the first question, and then I can answer the second question. Is that fine?
Yeah, no. The first question was just a yes or no question.
No, I can give my reasonings upon it. So,
I
again,
didn't
are
ask
you
for your
asking
reason.
if?
I just asked
Okay,
for a
wait.
yes or
Actually,
no.
just repeat the question again. Actually, just repeat
Yeah,
it,
the
just for
question
the
is
clarification.
the first question, which is yes or no. Do you are you agnostic? Are you saying you're agnostic on whether or not you care about sentient beings?
Am I agnostic upon if I care about sentient beings?
Yeah.
As in, are you asking that if I'm agnostic upon entirely doing it, or maybe the set of reasons that you follow? Because I'm more agnostic
No,
upon the set of reasons
I'm
that you
asking
follow to
you
value sentient beings. Maybe
whether
I do. Maybe I do value
the reasons
sentient
for why
beings.
I value sentient beings should be. Listen, like, sure, you can disagree with my reason for why like we value sentient beings, but that's just honestly like I don't know. I feel like that's kind of
Maybe
bad faith.
okay. That's like asking. Okay, maybe I don't value sentient beings because they're sentient, but maybe because there's more like another trait. I'm just asking for
What
why
other trait?
we should
Wait, what
indicate.
other trait besides sentient would
I'm
you
not going to
value?
really affirm anything. I can give you critiques. Maybe it's like because they're human. It's like intrinsic. Maybe it's from the fact that
Well, what? Okay, so
maybe some telos or
so it's
purpose
some
they
sort of
have.
so it's some sort of okay. Well, if you actually want to go into the telos format, well, there's obviously some metaphysical commitments that it ties you to, right? But like, listen,
Yeah, no, I
if
know
you
they.
just want to,
I'm
if you
not.
just want to talk
I'm just
about
giving your critiques
hold
upon
on, hold
how
on, hold on,
your
hold on, hold on,
possibility.
hold
Oh,
on,
shit.
hold
Chill, chill,
on,
chill, chill.
hold on.
All right, bro.
Hold on. Let me finish what I was saying, right? Yeah, I mean, if you just want to say like, well, I take a conjunction view, where I value sentience and anthropomorphic traits. Well, that's fine. Well, but like you obviously value sentience. You just value in conjunction, with anthropomorphic traits, right? Or you can just take a disjunctive view, and say that you value this or the other one. Right?
Oh
So
wait,
which
wait,
view?
okay, wait. Are you saying that? Wait, okay, wait. Sorry. I wasn't actually look. I was looking at ABA. My bad. I kind of got distracted. Could you repeat that?
Yeah. So
Sorry.
yeah. Yeah, so what I said was, it's fine, you can like take, this anthropomorphic trait view, right? But you can also just run a conjunction or a disjunctive view. And the conjunctive view just says, well, I value sentience as well as valuing, the anthropomorphic traits. But you can also just take a disjunctive view and just say, well, I value sentience or I value anthropomorphic traits.
I don't think I would take the distinction, but it's not
Okay, you
that.
take the
It's
conjunctive
not.
view.
It's okay. It's maybe the reasonings that I'm unsure of why I actually value sentient beings.
Okay, well, I can just ask you one question. Do you think that we should be able to, rape non-sentient beings?
Do I think that we should rape non-sentient beings? I mean, would you take rape to be
Yeah.
again? Like just the non-consent?
Well, well, the non-consensual action is just for adults, but I think the act of being, well, I mean, it's just like the act of sex upon something that can agree to, or that doesn't
Okay. Do
agree.
you think a
Doesn't agree or can
non-sentient
agree to.
being can agree with anything?
That's why my definition factors in. It just says that rape is just sex with someone who is a non-agreeing agent, right, or that can't agree, right. So, for example, it's rape to it's rape
Wait, do you
to
think it's
touch someone
different?
who's
Okay,
like
do you think
blacked
it's
out drunk.
different? Okay, wait, chill. Do you think when you say someone that can't agree upon, do you think that when I
Yeah.
okay, do you take that to be the case for only individuals or anything of an entity?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can obviously. I feel like obviously you can rape like an animal or something like that, right? But like that's distinct because what we're talking about is humans right now, right? Like
I'm just like saying the view because like okay, well,
because like
if it is the case
individuals could
that
still
okay, wait,
be a
chill.
part of
If
a
we
set of
take it to be
animals.
any entity, then the thing is that Well, it's the case that it still falls along with the definition that I could rape a rock, and it's the fact that it has a lack of capability upon
Well,
agreeing.
no, that just depends on what you mean by entity, right? Because I obviously don't think the rock is an entity, right? But
Okay,
like,
well,
say
okay.
that's
I was
not
just
like say
asking.
that's
I was
not
just
like a
asking.
living entity.
Entity. Okay, well, okay. Maybe my disjunction was pretty bad because maybe my disjunction was pretty bad from the data set, but maybe I should have asked a better question upon when you say someone or something, or just to be clear upon your definition. Do you mean only specifically to humans is like a rape an option, or do you think that
Well, no,
animals can also rape?
I'm saying upon any set of any like living or deceased creature, right?
Okay,
That would
okay,
also
okay.
include animals and humans, etc. But like obviously not something like rocks, right? Because
Wait,
well,
why creatures though? I don't understand. Do you think I could rape bacteria?
do I think you can reap it? No.
Wait, what's
What?
their creatures though? Huh?
They're obviously not creatures in the same way that we're viewing the term creatures, right?
Oh,
Obviously,
okay,
we're
maybe.
talking.
Okay, what's your definition of
Yeah,
creature? Maybe there's just some semantics here.
obviously, it's not part of the same set, right? Like you can't have sex with creature or with the bacterial creature, right?
Oh,
Like
if it
that's
was
where the
possible,
separation
okay,
is.
wait. Okay, if it was possible that I could have sex with the creature, or to specifically bacteria, would you say that I'd be able to
Well,
rape
yeah,
a
I mean,
bacteria?
yeah. Well, then, yeah. Obviously, that's obviously true.
Okay,
Like,
so then I can rape a bacteria, right?
well, no, you can't rape a bacteria currently. But I'm saying, say in a different possible world where bacteria, you could actually have sex with bacteria, right? Well, then, yeah, obviously, that's fucking
Okay,
true.
wait. You take rape to be a sexual intercourse. So what if I? What do you? Okay.
Wait,
Let's just say in a hypothetical.
why are we still stuck on this point? Like, what's the disagreement
Because
now?
it's very unclear. Because when you say rape and then saying that there's a can't, or there seems to be a modality of can't where you say you can't, they can't like agree upon it. Well,
Well, yeah,
like I feel like
obviously it's
that
not
falls under a
physically
lot of
possible.
certain other
Well, yeah,
sets,
the
and the
modality
definition
that we're
seems to be
talking about
unclear.
is like, well, the modality is very clearly a physical modality, right? Like it's very clearly physical, right? We're
I
not
didn't say it
making any.
wasn't physical. The problem here
Okay,
is
so
that when you
then if
commit
you're
to that, hold
asking,
on, let
wait, 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 hold on. If you're asking me, well, well, is this possible? Well, then, yeah, I mean, like, obviously, this is like logically and metaphysically possible, right? But like, that's
No,
just
yo,
not what we're talking about.
chill. Okay. Wait, listen. I'm saying when you say the modality, you commit to say that in all, or I wouldn't even say in all cases. Yeah, it seems like the definition is saying in all cases upon this set, it cannot be the case, right? So, I mean, is that what you're trying to say,
Well,
or you
yeah,
think it's like a contingent thing?
well, I'm unclear what you mean by this contention thing, but like,
Okay,
for
it
specifically,
could be false, and it could be
hold
okay.
on,
What I
hold
mean
on,
contention is
hold on.
not some metaphysical contention, like contingent. I just mean that it could be false in
Well,
like
like the
some other
claim is
set.
just that. Wait, the claim is just that it's physically impossible, right? Like that's the claim. The set that I'm, putting the modality towards, like the modal claim that I'm, making it to is just, it's physically impossible to rape bacteria, right?
Okay,
That's
listen.
just
Okay,
true.
okay. I mean, when you say okay, okay, I'm not saying
Yeah,
that. I'm
but
not trying to
you're
like.
like complaining. You're
You're
complaining
Marcy.
physically
I
about
think you're
the
misunderstanding
metaphysical
because I'm not
modality.
still on the bacteria point. I'm more questioning upon the definition because it seems to be unclear when you say it can. It
Oh,
lacks the
what?
it lacks the capabilities of agreeing, and I feel like that could fall under a lot of tons of sets. And then when I asked
Lacks
you upon a
the
different set where I
Yeah,
can rape,
like what I'm
and
talking
it
about, like
seems that
lacks
you
the
just changed the
capability of
definition.
agreeing. It's very clear, right? Like, well,
It's not clear.
something that does not have the ability to agree, right? It's just something like, for example, a fetus or something like a blackout drunk person, right? Like, well, they are physically incapable of actually agreeing to the action, right? Right? Like, say, that's why in most cases, right? Um, or like almost in all cases, blackout drunks when they're having, sex with someone, right? You know, they're not, actually, consciously agreeing to something, right? So when they have sex, it's literally just classified as rape. So it's like,
I
okay,
mean,
well,
okay. Let's just say
that just,
let's say hi.
it seems
Okay,
very
I mean,
obvious.
okay, just okay. Do you think that? Okay, let's ask a question here. So, let's say that hypothetically you're drunk in the same amount of levels that you're with the girl that you're drunk, right? And let's say you have the same amount of cognitive ability upon agreeing and disagreeing, right? And that affects your decisions, correct?
But yeah, you'd have to be blackout drunk.
Okay, yeah. Let's just say you're blackout drunk, right? And they're both parties are
Yeah.
blackout drunk. Or
Yeah.
wait. When you say blackout drunk, you mean like knocked out, or are you just saying that like they have a weird sense of reality now?
No, they can't. They don't. They like literally black out. They like
Oh,
what's
okay, then
happening
never mind. I
after they
mean,
black
okay,
out.
yeah.
They just
I mean, if
happen.
that's what you define rape to be, I mean, are you trying to connect that with like just saying that we ought not to
Yeah,
do this in
things
the
which.
action?
Well, yeah. Okay, that's not the definition. The definition of rape that I'm using is just
No, I'm not saying
having
that is the
sex with people.
definition. I'm saying what you're entailing with the
Right?
definition.
Well, the question I was asking you back then was just, do you think that it's okay to rape non-sentient beings? That's the question I asked you.
Okay, do I think? I don't know. Like, I'm actually agnostic on that because I don't necessarily.
You're agnostic
It's
on whether or not you should. It's okay to rape non-sentient
yeah,
beings. What?
it's more. It's
Holy
yeah. I
shit.
don't know why you're laughing. You want me to give my reasonings or not?
Holy shit. Yeah, great. Give a reason.
Yeah, so my reasonings are just more that it seems that when you say rape and like it seems to be a can
Oh,
like I
okay.
feel like there's other stipulations where it seems that it's contingent within like other stipulations where you wouldn't classify it as rape. Or
Okay.
maybe I
Well,
have a disagreement upon
you
where I'm not
still haven't presented
sure
a
to make this
scenario.
commitment because it seems there's a lack of credence where I should believe in it.
Wait, the lack of credence in what? Where's the lack of
The lacking
credence?
the lack of
What?
credence where I agree upon the definition. Like maybe there's like some
Yeah,
inferential
like
power that
what's
it
the lack
lacks.
of
Like I don't know, what's the
credence?
inferential power upon the definition?
Wait, what do you mean inferential power of the definition?
Wait, you don't
Do you even know
okay,
what?
maybe
Would you even
normative
know what it means to
clarity,
have an
like yeah
inferential? Wait, are you
when you make
asking me
okay,
the
when you say
clarity of the
definition, just
definition?
yo, chill. So do you know what like okay, do you understand normative clarity, right?
Normative clarity in terms of definitions? No, I'm not sure
As
how
in
you're using
justified
the
just
term normative.
definitions.
I'm not sure how you're using the term normative clarity
Okay,
here.
do you want me to just define it? So inferential power is just to allows you to draw valid or relevant conclusions. And then normative clarity is usually just saying that when upon
But
making the definition
definitions
you make
don't
some
do that.
inferential
What?
commitments or entailments that are clear.
Wait. Do you
So
think?
it's just a speculation
Wait.
support definition.
By a conclusion, are you talking about propositional conclusions?
As in the conclusion that the definition gives.
What is it? What conclusion does any definition give?
As in whatever it entails from. That it follows from the
Entails
conclusion.
from?
I
What does
mean,
that mean?
if you're gonna say that's propositional, then if that's how you want to define it, and that's how that makes
Well,
you
yeah,
make sense of the
I don't
definition, then
think
sure.
definitions. I don't think definitions are truth bearing. I don't think that they're
Wait,
propositional. Right? And then when you say some sort of,
wait. I don't know
when
what
you
you
say,
mean
well,
by.
hold on. If you don't understand what I mean by definitions aren't truth bearing, all I'm saying is that they don't
I'm
have.
not saying they're truth bearing. That's why I'm confused here.
Yeah, you didn't let me finish what I was saying.
I'm not saying they're. Holy shit. Yeah,
You didn't let
continue.
me
Go.
finish what I was saying. That's why you're confused on what I'm saying. Look, I'm saying that I don't think definitions are truth bearing. I don't think they're propositional, right? So then, when you're talking about the conclusion part, right? Like, what it seems to be to me is you're just saying, well, a conclusion is just
Wait,
something with
and you use when you
definition
say it's
helps.
non-propositional. What do you mean by okay? What's your definition
Holy
of
shit.
propositions? Because I
Something
take
which is truth
propositions to
bearing.
be okay.
Something
True,
which is
false, and
or,
assessment.
no, hold on. Rather, like what a proposition is just some predicate subject relation, which has the capacity to be true or false.
Okay, and you don't think a definition holds to that? Why?
No, obviously a definition doesn't have a proper predicate subject relation that has the capacity to be true or false.
Predicate
Definitions
subject
are
really. I just take proposition. Hold on, chill. I take propositions to be the
yeah.
sentence token within the content, right? Obviously, with the content of the sentence token, because it needs to be clear. And then upon that, it also has some truth bearer or truth or falsity on it. So you don't think that definitions,
The
and when you say
content.
that it's
Okay, well
non-propositional, that's the reason why it's false.
that's
It
some
feels
sort
like
of
it begs the
semantic.
question.
What? No, what? What are you talking? Okay, anyways, look, the
Like,
semantic
yo,
baggage that you have in like your own term of proposition, that's just gonna need to be clear. So obviously, besides the truth bearing part of your definition, when you say the concept token, what does that mean?
the sentence token which is relevant. So okay. So
What does
usually when
that
we
mean?
make a proposition, it's either could be true. Okay, you understand that usually when we make propositions, they're
Well,
either
I
true or
just
false,
need,
right?
I just need, I just need
Yeah,
a meaning, right?
I know. We're
I
going
just
step
need
by
a
step,
meaning.
bro. Baby steps, bro. Baby steps.
Why are we going step by step? All I need is a
I
meaning.
mean, okay. What I mean by seconds sentence token, the content of the sentence.
The content of the sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, so the contents of the sentence. What else is a part of your definition?
the content of the sentence, which is true or false, or has
The
truth
content of the
or
sentence.
falsity.
Okay, the content of the sentence, which is true or false, that's what a proposition is.
Either, yeah, that's what I'm gonna take proposition. That's what
Okay,
something is to be
so there's no
proposition.
proper predicate subject relation in it, right?
That's the sentence token that's related to.
No, that's not what that's the sentence token is, as in, what the content
Okay, wait.
refers
I
to
mean, do
is
you want to say?
not
Do you
the
want like? I
proper
mean,
predicate
okay. Do you
subject
want me to say
relation.
that's declarative? Like, like. Do
Well,
you want me to be
no,
more clear by saying it's
the way
declarative
that you're
sentence token
using,
that implies that it's either
well,
true or false, and upon
no,
that?
like the way that you're using proposition automatically bakes in that definitions are propositional, right? That's the thing with your
Okay, I
long
mean,
definition. It automatically bakes
okay.
that in.
What's the? I'm confused though. So why can't definitions be propositional?
Because they don't have a proper predicate subject relation.
Okay, and
Right?
that's assumed upon your
And what
definition.
they're
So I'm
doing is
confused what you're talking about.
what they're doing is just an explanation. Right? What they're explaining is they're just having an explanation of what a term is, right? Not necessarily whether or not the term is true or false. Or like if
Wait,
I
you
were to
don't
say
think a
like,
term could be false in the fact that it doesn't relate? Maybe like if I took an externalist view,
no,
maybe
no, I
it's.
don't think any. I don't think a term could be false. No.
Wait, okay, wait, okay. So when we say terms, usually, like maybe if I took an externalist view, maybe it actually doesn't relate to what I'm referring externally. Can you think that can be granted?
What is the externalist view for? All we're taking a
Okay,
term
the
to be for
semantic
whatever, right?
externalist usually is that it's the definition is dependent on the agent and some external like
Yeah, but this is
reference
what
or
is this relevant?
correspondent.
What is this relevant to for term meanings, right?
Okay, yeah, I
Like
was
all I'm saying is
explaining
what
that.
a
I don't
term
know. Yo,
is.
chill, 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 chill. So
Why are you
usually when we
explaining
give
it relevant?
explanations, yo, chill, chill, chill. All right. Anyways, right? When we give explanation, I don't know why you're laughing. When you give explanations, right? It usually is just that it holds to some content that could either be true or false. Is that not wrong or no?
You said usually when you give what?
When you usually give explanations, they could be either true or false, correct? Let's just get that out of the road so I don't have to explain the
When you
false
usually
history.
give explanations, they can be true or false.
Yeah, usually when you give an explanation, it could either be true or false. Is that it doesn't
Well,
actually align within the data
that's a
set, or it
context
just
that's a contextual thing. Like yeah, like it could be true that when you give explanations specifically about something that happened, well yeah, that can be true or false. But saying that if I could give an explanation about a word, well no, that's not something which is true or false because
okay. So when I say
hold
the
on,
definition, okay. Sorry.
hold on. Like again, because the semantic theory that I use is like some form of a utility semantic theory, theory, right? I just think that semantic specifically, you can just define any word, but like words are what has the better utility is the definition that we should use,
I'm
right?
confused. So when
Well,
I
and that's
say
true.
okay, because I already understand what you're trying to say. So okay, I just have one question. So usually when I make a definition or an explanation, that doesn't actually refer to what I'm saying. So if I say the apple, when I say apple, or when I just say or try to explain what the term apple means, I just say that it's actually a banana, right? Do you think that's not some falsity upon the definition?
Obviously not. Obviously not. What?
Okay,
Like
so
the
okay,
thing
so
is, I can say all an apple is right. Like the meaning of the term apple is just a banana, right? And that be true given my own definition, right? But it just isn't something that's the
what?
most useful. Right? I can just say like, well, obviously the most useful terminology of an apple is just some fruit which is red or something like that, right? Well, that's the most common usage term. It's also the term that has the most utility, right? But
Okay,
there's
do
no
you got
problem with
okay?
saying that
Chill, chill,
apples
chill.
are
All right.
bananas.
So maybe we can take falsehood to be something that actually doesn't describe the said thing or X that we're talking about, correct?
Well, false in the same sense of truth is the same to me. Like I think truth is primitive. I
Okay,
think
wait.
falsity is like irreducible.
Are irreducible? As in what?
Yeah. I don't think false. I think something being false is just something being false, right? Because it's
Okay.
irreducible.
Why is it okay? Yeah, I'm not even. Bro, what the
Because
hell?
I'm a
Yo.
primitivist
Okay.
about truth.
Okay. Chill, chill, chill. All right. So, okay. I mean, you don't think that? Okay. So when you say it's false, right? What are you saying? It's just false. It's just axiomatic in that point.
No, not the
So
claim that's
when you try to
axiomatic.
explain,
I'm just saying
bro.
something's false. Do you not understand what primitivism about truth is? Or like
No,
primitivism is
I'm
about,
just confused how you cash it out. Like it's
Well, yeah, all we're saying is just something is just false, right? And all it means to be false is there being like some wrong maker or something like that.
Okay,
Or
okay, so
I can
so
even take.
I'm
Wait,
not
hold on,
saying so that
hold on.
okay. If
I
if
can
you're
even
saying
take
that,
some.
then it's
Wait,
not really
wait.
attacking what I'm trying to
Can I
explain.
finish? Can I finish what
Sure,
I was saying?
bro. Like I'm not
Holy
asking.
shit!
Yo, chill.
You're not asking for what? Like,
I'm not. I'm
listen,
literally,
all I'm
bro.
saying.
I'm literally not even asking for if it's reducible upon wrongness. And what I'm talking about the wrongness could be that it actually doesn't
Oh no,
actually.
I'm saying,
Just
yeah, I'm saying I take a truth. I'm a pluralist about truth, right? But I also take that intrinsically, truth statements and falsity statements are just intrinsically primitive, right? But like we can just also just take a truth maker theory and just say that, well no, false sentence are just false by because there's some wrong maker that makes the sentence false, right? There's some wrong maker, right? But like
okay. And what would be the
normally
wrong maker in this sense when we? Okay, so you're saying there's
there's
no
no
wrong
wrong
maker when we
maker.
make descriptions, right? And why can I
Yeah,
not be the case
there's
that?
no,
Why
there's
can I
no
not
wrong
take it to be?
in explaining a
Okay.
word.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So what about the wrong maker? And I take it to be the case that maybe the wrong maker is that it actually doesn't accurately describe it.
Well, accurately describe it meaning what? What does that mean?
Okay, and when I mean accurately describe is just that whatever when we refer to X, that it actually is coherent.
Okay, so you're a coherentist?
No.
Okay, so
I'm
you're
just
not a
saying you're saying
coherentist.
that under a framework in your view, that it
Yeah,
seems
but
that we have
what you
to
just
appeal
said
to
was the
some framework and
coherentist
we
theory of
apply.
truth. You're saying
I
that, well, what if I think that the wrong maker for this statement is just because it's not
no, I'm
coherent.
not saying okay, I'm saying that under your view you said that there has to be some sort of wrong maker and it seems that the wrong maker lacks from descriptions or I guess when you're
Well,
describing
that's not a
words.
wrong maker because that pre-assumes my views talking about coherentism. I wouldn't care about that, right?
Wait, do
Like
you think
saying
that
that.
I'm talking about coherentism when I say just
Yeah,
when
well,
it's coherent?
obviously, you're saying that. Well, the wrong maker here, would just be that the lack of, coherency, right? Well, I wouldn't care about that
Wait, what do you think the
necessarily, right?
coherent view is actually? Just I just want you to see
Coherentism is
if you're
just the view
actually
that truth is coherent. Like, there's that truth is coherent.
it's in a set of beliefs. Like if you take that to be coherent, then what the hell? I guess. But
What are you
it's a
talking
set of
about?
beliefs. Yeah, coherent.
Huh?
Like yeah. So the coherent is it says that truth is like usually our truth makers or wrong makers are usually dependent upon a set of beliefs. I don't know what
Yeah,
you
that are
mean by that.
coherent. And they're
Coherentness
coherent.
say that it's either coherent. Maybe are you saying that like
What do you think
it's only
coherentism
coherent?
is?
Maybe it's only coherent and upon a set of beliefs, but the reasonings upon it being coherent can be different.
Well, yeah, obviously, why it's coherent is because of the data that it accurately, explains, right?
I mean, I'm just asking you. I'm literally just asking your
So
definition
yeah,
upon what you mean by
that's
coherent.
well, yeah, I'm not a coherentist. So
Okay,
like asking me about
so
the
then I'm
definition
not
doesn't
taking that
work.
view. What the hell?
So then why did you ask me? Well, why can the wrong maker just be something which is not accurate? Well, and just not
Oh,
coherent. Well then if it's not coherent, then it doesn't really I don't really care about it, right? Like
wait. Okay,
I'm not a
wow. So
coherentist.
I'm not cashing out any definition upon coherence. As in, I'm literally just saying upon under your semantics. Do you think this critique is actually valid?
Dude, hold on. Can I just get like someone? Can I just get bro Flo? Are you here?
Yeah, flows here, bro.
Y'all are so fucking annoying. What's up, man?
Bro, have you listen? Are you listening to this
I've
shit,
been
bro?
listening. He brought up an inferentialist account, and he fucking, I don't know. He just skewed away from it. I just don't understand.
Yeah. Can you explain what I'm
I
saying?
tried to, and then he just like pushed me away. Like, what the fuck?
No, you pushed yourself away. You
I
just
did not push. I mean, we can watch the rec,
you
bro,
need
when
to
you
go
go over
more
it.
into what inferentialism is. You just bring up inferential power. You pushed yourself away. But what
Yeah,
did you
but
say, Matata?
I'm saying all I'm saying is that like, well, yeah, I can take truth maker theory of truth, right? And then he was like,
Right.
well, then the wrong maker could just be, because it lacks, coherency, right? And I was
Okay.
just like, well, like I don't really care about it lacking coherency because like coherentism isn't a part of my set of beliefs, right? So
So
whether or
you're
not it
saying that's
lacks
not one of
coherency
the
doesn't matter.
sufficient conditions in which would qualify to be false or truth, I guess, conditional or functional.
Yeah,
Rather.
because I'm not a coherentist. Yeah.
I'm not
Right.
saying wow. So
And
he
then
said
he
that
said,
under his view upon pragmatists is that there has to be a framework of a truth maker or wrongness, right? Which kind of I don't know. It seems like it's begging the
Yeah,
question
there's some
that I
yeah, he's
truth
asked
speaking
maker.
upon.
about the
There's
he's
some
speaking
truth
about the
maker.
practical. He's talking about the practicality. and how it's going to be
Yeah, and
applied to
why
a
can it
certain
not just be
state.
that maybe the definitions could be wrong in a sense that it lacks some sort of practicality upon that,
Okay,
or
well,
maybe
yeah,
that. And what I meant by coherent, okay, I mean
okay.
I was just trying to go under his definition upon being accurate, and I tried to say coherent, and he took it a
I don't
coherentist,
ever
even
think
though
he meant
the
that by
coherentist view is
practicality.
not just saying that it's coherent, but it's a set of beliefs, and it can be deferred upon coherent, not
Yeah, I
necessarily
just
some
think you did like a
coherentist thing.
little bit of like I'm not saying you lost the debate, but I'm just saying I think you did a little bit of a category error right there. So
No, yeah, no, that's fine, but
I
like,
think you were
okay, but
mixing
do you think?
coherent with like practicality because within like some
I'm
type of
not trying to.
framework.
I'm literally okay. Okay. He tried to say that I was. He's trying to set my beliefs upon
Mhm.
being a coherentist, right? He said
That's
that
not what I'm
my
doing.
the
That's not
words
what I'm doing.
upon
That's not what I'm doing.
being a
That's not what I'm doing. That's not
pragmatist.
what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing.
Okay,
That's not what I'm doing. Wait, wait.
chill.
Wait,
Like,
hold
dude,
on,
listen,
promise.
We
Wait,
can go
I
one
just
on one.
want
I
to.
don't know. Listen,
Wait,
it'd be
wait, no,
better
I
if
just
we
want
just
to. I
did
just want
one
to
on one.
explain
I'll
this
let
to
you
you.
talk.
I just want to explain this. I just want to explain this to you. Wait, no, I dropped the view that you're like applying coherentism. I'm just saying that. Well,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not a coherentist. That's why I don't take this as a truth maker.
Oh, I
Mm.
mean,
That's what I'm saying.
again, okay. Then I'm literally try to go. Okay, and I even try to explain that I'm just going upon his definition upon coherent, and like again, I'm not trying to apply a coherentist view because obviously we could have a different set of reasons upon what coherent means, and the truth
Right.
maker upon being
Well,
coherentist is not
that's what I
necessarily that.
substituted, right?
So,
That's what I
but yeah,
substituted.
okay. So then again, okay, then we could just take a pragmatic. So like, you don't think that usually definitions when we say, um, well, let's say the apple is this, right, and it's obviously not going to actually be descriptive, or let's say it's not going to actually go against some pragmatic view upon that,
Well,
right?
if I say, oh, like, okay, to be clear, lacking discrepancy isn't something that I really care about, right? Because I just take it to be the view, that the truth maker theory only applies for that which is propositional, right? And the way that we come to the some truth maker, some false maker is by analyzing the proposition itself, right? And we can obviously deem that there's some false maker or wrong maker in the proposition, right?
Wait,
Now
how do you
it
do
can also
that?
be
Wait,
something
okay,
external.
doesn't that kind of
That
beg
can
the
also
question
it can
upon
also
when you
be
say the truth maker
it can
is?
also be wait hold on it can also be some sort of external method, right? That we can find some wrong maker, right? Like and say like the way that we find that, so there's some like correspondence way. We say, well, if this doesn't correspond to reality, well, there's some
That's
false maker here
wait. Is that not just
because
correspondence theory?
well, I mean,
The truth
if I'm
maker
not
depended on
mistaken, truth
a
maker.
corresponding reality. That's
If
just
I'm
a
not
correspondence
mistaken,
theory.
if I'm
Yo,
not
Flo, am I
mistaken,
tripping?
truth maker theory is a part of correspondence theory.
Truth maker theory is dependent
Yeah, it's
upon
like
what?
if I'm not mistaken, it's under the umbrella.
Oh, that's
What?
incorrect. That's incorrect. But like but y'all
Wait,
debating
I
on it.
mean, wait. You think
Is it
that?
not
Okay.
on
Just to be
the?
clear,
Oh, I
your
mean,
No,
okay.
pragmatist
no,
view.
no. The truth maker theorist is not going to be agreeing to like the classical correspondence theorist.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Obviously,
no.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the truth maker theorist can obviously come to truth through some correspondence with.
No, it has a
Seems like that's.
correspondence condition, but it's not the correspondence to reality. How a correspondence would like happen.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, they're speaking about like the
It has to be
disjunctions, but
correspondence.
you're not entirely incorrect because obviously almost every type of theory view has some correspondence condition. I think that's what you were positing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
you're
it's
good.
okay. Well, I know you were saying that. I know because I know you try to make the saying it was like disjunctive that it's either that we could take an external view or like the internal view. But I mean, under internal view, because obviously I don't know if you're a semantical internalist or externalist, but I'm going
I'm
to
an internalist.
assume that you're an internalist. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense if you're going to be a pragmatist. Yeah. So if you're an internalist view and then it's solely dependent upon the agent, then when we say, I guess let me just ask you, um, if we say that, like, how do I explain this like correctly? Okay, let's say we have an apple, right? And you ask
Yeah.
me what an apple is, and then when I ask and when I give you the descriptions, let's just say that doesn't actually um it doesn't actually like depict what an apple is. Maybe I just say an
Ndoku,
apple
can
is
I
an
crack?
apple. Yo,
You
what?
said what? What can you
Okay,
crack? Wait, hold on. You can save that after the wreck, bro.
yo, I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna look whatever you was just talking about. But anyways, yeah. So, maybe when they say apple and they describe an apple, they say that it's
Yeah.
just an apple, right? And it's obviously circular and doesn't follow. So maybe what I'm asking is that when you say that we can look upon the truth maker upon the propositions, what does that even mean? Because when I ask you upon how you ground I guess like some
I thought you were
semantical
gonna ask me
dispute
a
upon
question
truth
about
making.
journalism. Holy shit! But now you're asking me a question
No,
about truth
no,
making.
no, because if it was an external view, then I could literally just take the external saying that obviously it doesn't depict within reality, so then that would just be the case that it just doesn't refer to
Yeah, like
reality. And
externalism's obviously false, but like, yeah, go ahead. What were you
yeah,
saying?
yeah, no, I was only making that stipulation so I didn't have to attack that point. But
Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
yeah, but anyways, yeah. So obviously, I'm just asking that if it's how do you? Okay, yeah. So in that case, where you would say that maybe David said that an apple is an apple, what would you do in that situation to say that there's no falsity upon it? So when to dispute it,
There's
what's the problem there?
obviously no wrong maker in the proposition itself, like, or not the proposition, or well, yeah, the entire proposition itself. There's no wrong maker here. Well, the problem
You said
is
it was
just that.
non-propositional that when I give it a
No,
description.
what you just said was a proposition, was it not? Because you said X said this, which if
Oh,
X
if
said
you're okay,
this,
my bad. I thought you were talking about the hypothetical I gave. That what David said.
no, yeah, I'm saying you said X said,
No, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Y equals Y, right? Well, you know, it's either true or false, you know, that X said Y equals Y, right? So that's what I'm saying. So, you know, well, listen, just to be clear, there's no wrong maker in that proposition. But the problem is just that, you know, the way that he defines it is circular, right? And, you know, the reason why we have a problem with this is just specifically because it doesn't hold any utility, right? I'm pretty sure you know
Utility.
what, you
Yeah,
know,
I know
utility
utility is.
semantic
Yeah,
theory.
yeah, yeah.
No, no, but wait, just to be clear, can you explain what utility is? Because it's not utilitarianism.
Oh, you're not taking utilitarianism?
Okay, yeah, no, this is a common confusion, right? So utility and semantics, or you know, analytic semantics, or analytic semantics,
Are you? Wait,
semantic
maybe.
philosophy.
Okay, wait. Maybe let me try. Are you saying that it's uninformative?
Oh no,
When it lacks
well,
utility, it's just uninformative, or
No,
that
no,
it's.
no. Hold on.
no, no,
Can I
yeah, go
say
ahead,
something?
go.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay, just tell me if I'm incorrect. Just tell me. Are you trying to say utility is usefulness?
yeah, usefulness.
Okay.
And how do you depend on that usefulness if it's
How do we define
informative?
usefulness?
Yeah.
Well, informative could be a metric, like one way of metric for usefulness. But also, the other things is just this, right? We can tell that, like, for example, if I, you know, clearly, you know, define how something is, give you attributes of what that thing is and the exact definition and stuff like that. Well, what I'm doing is I'm adding more usefulness to the definition, because what I'm adding you obviously clear understanding, you know, in what the what it is, the assets of it, et cetera, et cetera. But you know, if I just say an apple is an apple, well, all we get from that is just that, you know, the definition is equal to itself, in a circular manner, right? Well, that doesn't tell us anything. And based off of that, we don't say that there's a wrong maker, but we just say that, well, you know, we would, you know, commonly use a definition over another definition because it has
Okay.
more data to present us with.
Okay. So it is. Okay. So if it's dependent upon usefulness, then um, and then you only take truth makers to be specifically what? You take truth makers to be like how do you identify a truth maker?
How would I identify a truth maker? So, for
Yeah.
example, say for example, someone was like, Adam actually just raped a guy, right?
Yeah.
And you know, there's like also a secondhand account that said, you know, it is true that Adam, you know, raped the guy. Well, the truth maker, you know, we just see is just that Adam raped the guy. Like that's that the truth maker for that is that there's multiple people vouching for it. That's the truth maker.
I mean, wait, I'm pretty sure that I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of like mixing up deflationists with like pragmatists, but I
Yeah,
think
you're
I'm pretty
probably
sure.
are. You probably are.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
you're
because like
probably.
usually they would take it to be the case where there's no difference upon the propositions either way.
No,
But
that's deflationism theory of truth. Yeah,
yeah,
I used to
yeah,
do deflation.
maybe that's the problem here. Okay, that's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
so if it's within the proposition itself and you just take descriptions or I guess yeah descriptions to
Dude,
be
how the fuck did we
non-propositional,
go from the wait? I'm so confused. Just real quick, how the hell did
I
we
can
go from an
explain.
abortion? How did we go from
Because
an
I
abortion
disagree
debate
with
to a
your rape
debate
and
about?
I disagree with your
I
definition of
know
rape and then
that,
we
but
got here.
I'm making more of like a joke. I'm like, bro, how the fuck did we get from a debate about abortion to a debate about fucking theories of truth? Holy shit!
Because when you
Because
think about it, I be trying to tell you everybody, but when you think about it, before you go in ethics, bro, metaphysics is in ethics. If you really think about it, like just think about it. Like they really be trying to deny metaphysics, but if you really think about it,
Yeah.
All ethics is dependent on arts, and it's going to deontic logic.
I mean, we didn't even get to the
Deontic
odds.
logic.
Yeah, we didn't even. Yeah, I was
When you
just
get
like,
to
I
deontic
just
logic,
actually like, and I'm gonna be for real. Like I don't know if like this is like in the recording. Just to be clear, this is not actually like within the debate, but like I'm actually unclear upon like if like they lack the capability, then it's considered rape. Because like I feel like they
exactly.
have to have some sort of capability, like as in they have the capacity to it, and not that they can do it within
And
the
when you get
action. They
to
have to have the capacity.
and when you
And
get
if
to
they
moral
lack the
facts and
capacity,
all that,
then like
when you
they
get to
can't do it
moral
at all.
facts and all that, and when you're speaking about facts, that's getting into some metaphysics as well. So like I be telling everybody, I gotta like establish your theory of truth, your theory of knowledge and shit, and theory of justification before I can even debate you. Because all when we get into ethics, you're gonna get into those regardless. I'm telling you.
Well, listen, just to be clear here, well, there's two truth conditions for rape, right? Well, one has to not agree, not being not agree to being raped or to having sexual intercourse, and two, one has to not be able to agree. So, what
I
that means
mean,
is
when you say not able to do, is that when they're not able, that they lack the
they don't
capacity,
have the
as in
they don't
within
have
future
the
experience,
it's
or
like
they just as of right now they
it's
just can't do
multiple
it.
it's multiple things. Like they don't have the capacity. They also just cannot do it. They're blackout drunk. They're physically unable to agree. Stuff like that.
Yo, I mean, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I don't know if I want to say in this recording, bro, but like if they lack the capability, and when I mean capability, not the capacity. Like, okay, no, actually, they lack the capacity of it,
Dude,
which in all
don't say
cases, they,
something that'll make you be called a rapist, bro. Please don't.
yo,
I'm saving.
chill.
I'm warning you now. You just best not say it if it's gonna make you look like a rapist.
I mean, bro, like, but like, I don't know, man. Like,
I'm a
if
rapist.
it's
I raped prophecy. I'm a
yo,
rapist. I'm a
all
rapist.
right, chill. But yeah, I mean, if they lack the like the capability or I mean capacity or anything that when I mean that is like that they don't lack the capability, but they lack the capacity, which in all cases in like future scenarios where they can't do it, they can't consent anyways. Then like I don't see the problem. I mean, maybe it's more a disgust view that,
Well,
or
that's
maybe a
just fucking
aesthetic view.
insane. No. Like,
Okay,
I
wait, chill,
can't lie. That's just a
Can I
reduction.
wait,
No, 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 no. I can't. No, you can't come back from that. That's literally just a
Okay,
reduction.
I'm not
Like,
saying I'm coming
holy
back for that. Can
shit,
I at
that's
least give
insane.
reasoning?
Yeah, no,
Can I
no,
give
you can
reasoning?
you can give any reasoning you want to, but like just to be clear, I'm gonna think you're insane after this debate. Like I'm actually gonna
Bro,
think you're insane.
it's
Holy
not,
shit.
bro. I'm not actually. I don't actually believe that. Chill, bro. What the fuck?
I thought you were being actually
Oh
serious.
my
I was gonna say
god, bro. I just
no.
didn't want to say a recording because I know niggas are just gonna clip this, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should have just
I'm
fucking
saying for the
said it,
debate,
bro.
I'll probably bite the bullet upon that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
just a reductio. That's just a reductio.
I mean, what's that? What's the absurd? Like, what's the absurd thing?
That you don't think that it's crazy for non-sentient beings to be raped.
It's not that I don't. Okay, I mean, I could think it's crazy. It's not that it's just unethical. Because like when I say it's crazy, maybe it's an
Well, what do you mean by
unesthetic feel where
unethical? What do
it's
you mean
like,
by
okay,
ethical? What do you mean by
yeah,
ethical?
I'm explaining. So
Okay,
maybe
but
I find it disturbing or ugly or really bad. Maybe from the fact that it's some aesthetic appeal where I find it really disgusting, or maybe some normative
some
clarity
aesthetic
where
feel.
you're more, yeah, like some sort of aesthetic appeal where I just like don't
Okay, how do we
like.
know that it's not some moral intuition?
I don't know. I mean,
That's a
I'm
problem
playing the
already.
all
That's a problem
possibilities.
already.
I'm just parsing the all possibilities right now. I mean, we can get
Well, I
into
mean,
which possibility it is, but
just
let me
answer.
just
Just
posit all the
answer.
possibilities.
Well, your answer was you don't know whether. The answer was this. The answer was you don't know whether or not it's a moral. It's a moral, intuition against it, right? That's the problem. The fact that you just don't know if it's a moral intuition against, it
I
being,
said no. Listen. In a hypothetical, it could just be purely from the fact that I find it disgusting, and then it's like some sort of aesthetic appeal
So you
in
think
this
it's
debate.
morally wrong, right? Because aesthetic reasons can be
I
enough to
find it
say something.
disgusting. Yeah, I know.
Wait. Just to be clear,
I find it disgusting.
Just to be clear, something being aesthetically wrong is enough for it to be morally wrong, because you can
Wow,
just be aesthetic
no.
realist.
Okay, wait, okay,
Yes,
chill.
that is true.
I'm
That
not.
is true.
Just
That's what
to be clear.
aesthetic.
Okay, chill,
That's what some aesthetic
chill.
realists think, right?
I mean, is if that's you're trying to critique upon the view where I have to appeal upon moral intuitions upon some aesthetic appeal, then I guess we can get into that, and I would just probably disagree upon that because you would also agree upon a lot of reductios
Well,
upon some
obviously,
sort of
aesthetic
aesthetic appeal.
realists think that things which are disgusting aren't the types of things which people should see or people should engage upon, right? Like that's obviously a fucking theory of aesthetic realists, right?
I'm
Unless you
not
think
saying
that's
it's
gross.
not. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying we can get into it, and I can give reductios upon where in hypothetical scenarios you would appeal to a lot of things that obviously, like I don't know, some utility monster type shit.
What would a utility monster do it against an aesthetic realist?
No,
What
I'm
the
saying
fuck?
I'm not saying that it's I'm saying some
Uh,
utility
uh,
monster type shit, bro. Like on
well,
like some
I
absurd
mean, you
reductio
can't.
that you would have to appeal to. Because I mean, do
I
you want
mean,
to get into that dialogue? I mean, we can. I'm just
you can
asking if you
use
want
some
to.
you can use some sort of insane reductio against aesthetic realism. Like that's fine. I don't take that view.
Okay, so then like obviously then the critique doesn't like
You're
land.
taking an aesthetic realist view.
I'm not.
Holy.
Okay, Joe, chill, chill,
Okay,
chill.
you're not.
It's okay. I'm
Okay.
not saying. Okay, listen. I can find it disgusting because usually we do like. Okay, just to be clear, it's not that I can find it disgusting. I just don't think that's the moral facts or I guess intuitions that we
Well,
follow.
why? Why?
Well, because again, right? It could be scenarios and cases where I believe, right, where I can find something disgusting. I just don't think it's gonna be some based on moral intuitions upon that. And again,
That
obviously, I
begs the
just don't
question.
appeal to the normality upon it.
Well,
And I
that
mean
begs the
again,
question.
if you wanna go into it, right, which I already asked you like 3 times right now, and I can give the reductios, which obviously are absurd, and we obviously shouldn't follow. And I'm not saying that just because I find something disgusting is
I'm
that I
not an
have to
aesthetic
follow upon some.
realist. Like the reductios just don't work against me, bro.
I'm not
What I'm
saying you
saying
are. I'm
is
saying
this,
if you
right?
want
I'm
to engage
saying
with it,
that like
I'm saying if
given
you want
that
to
you're
engage
taking
with
a
the
certain,
critique,
well,
listen,
obviously you can have
I'm
some
not.
sort of aesthetic view that's like saying like some X is disgusting, right? Like I agree you can have some aesthetic view about it, right? The question here I'm just confused on is well, what like leads it away that because it's an aesthetic disgust that we should like first of all I
I'm
want
not
to ask
saying
you a
that we
question.
should. I'm just saying that it's
Wait, hold
disgusting.
on.
Within,
I
I'm
want to
biting the
ask.
bullet. Listen, I'm biting the bullet. All I'm saying is that I find it, I find it just to be disgusting within the debate. I'm not saying that we should just not do it.
All right. Listen.
It's just that within my own actions, I just wouldn't do
Yeah.
that.
Look. I'm just saying this. I'm just gonna ask 2 questions, right? Question one. Given that it's an aesthetic discuss, do you not think? By the way, don't answer these questions immediately because I have a second question coming after this one. Do
Okay,
you
chill.
not think that it's true that given that it's something that's disgustful for you, it's an aesthetic disgust that we shouldn't engage in things particularly which are aesthetically displeasing or aesthetically disgustful. And two, what is the actual reason for why what you're experiencing isn't some moral intuition, against something instead of just saying that it's just like some aesthetic displeasure and not some moral intuition against it as well as being
Okay.
some aesthetic displeasure, right? Because what you did
Sure,
was kind of
sure.
like
I can answer that. Yeah, sure. I can answer that.
okay,
So number one, if you're saying okay, actually, let me question number two because maybe we have to go in clarity. So when you say moral intuitions, are you saying that there's? What do you mean by moral intuitions?
what
That
do I mean? Yeah,
yeah, I
go
just
ahead.
want to be clear. I'm not going to really attack it. I just want to be clear.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. I'm not going to attack it, bro.
Yeah, so moral intuition is an immediate, like gut feeling or spontaneous moral judgment about what is right or wrong.
Okay. And do you think that when I make moral, okay, you think that when it's only a moral intuition if I find it to be right or wrong, right?
Well, a moral intuition, if you find it to be right or wrong, based off of like a
It's,
gut feeling.
yeah. So, like, let's say I do
So
said
like
action
like
and,
for example, like you look at something, right? Like let's say you look at it like a non-sentient fetus being fucking like brutally raped, right? Well, the first thing you're gonna be
uh-huh.
like is, holy shit, this is horrible. Like this shouldn't be done. No one should do this. This is wrong.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're feeling that's a moral intuition, okay, now that I'm more clear. Okay, that's perfect. All right. So, I mean, let me just
Yeah,
ask
it's moral
can you
intuition.
repeat the first question? Sorry, I was like more into the second
Yeah, the
question
first
because I was
question.
unclear.
Yeah, the first question is that, well, don't you think that because something is aesthetically displeasing, that other people shouldn't engage in types of things which are aesthetically displeasing?
Do I think others or just myself?
Others.
No, because I can grant that I can
Holy
find
shit.
spiders to find disgusting or aesthetically displeasing. I just don't
Well, you
find
can't
that
engage in
now in all
spiders. You
cases
can't
that
engage in
people
spiders.
shouldn't just go around that.
Well, Well, no. That's obviously okay. I mean, yeah, there's certain loopholes like in the question that are like kind of like irrelevant. But I'm more so asking you there. It's just like, say for example, we have like it's aesthetically displeasing to watch some guy getting his head stomped out completely on the ground, like getting actively killed. Getting their head stomped out brutally. And let's say like this person's an innocent person. Do you
Uh-huh.
not think, given that it's aesthetically displeasing, that we should just stray away from that, and we should have other people
Well,
not stomping
it's
people's
more
head out?
that I wouldn't even appeal it to some aesthetic because maybe the factor upon the action actually like I mean so maybe give me some mental state and now I'm actually displeased or now I'm really uncomfortable and I find it really aesthetically displeasing. But I don't think that would be the reasonings upon why I would follow like that we should just stray away from it. I just wouldn't appeal to that because there's a
Okay,
lot of
so you
effects that
think that would
happens when
you think
I could
that would
find
be some
something to be
moral
wrong. I just don't
intuition?
think aesthetic. You say what?
You just find that to be some moral intuition?
Yeah, if I find it to be wrong, it'd be some
Okay,
moral
great,
intuition.
great, great. So
But I
say
wouldn't
say
appeal to
so
aesthetic.
wait. Just to be clear. Say that there's just like really like this building that's burning down, right?
Yeah.
Now, say in this building that's burning down, there is 20 non-sentient fetuses, right? Now all of them are getting like brutally raped, right? Now you have the choice to yeah, like okay, listen, not that you have the choice, right? But let's say like you're watching this happen, right?
Hmm.
This is obviously aesthetically displeasing to you, right? Like this obviously would be aesthetically displeasing, right? Now, do you think that other people should not be able to engage in this type of action?
To save it? Wait,
No,
what?
other people should not engage in the action of brutally raping,
Okay,
20
maybe.
non-sentient people.
Are you saying that this factor is purely from the aesthetic appeal?
Yeah. Because obviously you don't care about the non-sent. It seems like you don't care about the non-sentient fetus in a way.
Okay. This hypothetical, if it was me, I don't think that just because I find it aesthetically displeasing, because obviously I have some moral intuitions that are outside of that, which that's what I view.
Okay. You have a more okay, so you have
Obvious,
moral intuition. That's good. That's good. You have moral
yeah,
intuitions.
yeah.
So you have moral
So there's
intuitions
more
against raping
intuitions
non-sentient fetuses.
that are
Okay, that's
not
good. That's
within the
good. That's good.
category. Oh, sorry. I have moral intuitions that are outside of aesthetic appeal. Now they can arise at the same
That's
time, or maybe
good. That's good. That's good. You want to know why that's good? Because it says
why?
that basically almost concede to my point, right? You have moral intuitions against raping non-sentient fetuses, and given that that's true, then that also means that raping non-sentient fetuses is wrong. And from that, I can just walk you down the line that I think that it's true that you know,
Wait,
given that you
I'm
don't think
not
it's okay to
attacking the
rape
analogy.
non-sentient.
Wait, chill, Okay,
Let me finish. Let me
you're
finish. Let me draw it in.
misunderstanding. You're
Let me draw it in.
misunderstanding what I answered
Let me
in the
draw it in.
reductio.
How? How did I misunderstand
Because
you?
it
I
wasn't the
literally just
answer.
explained how you walked
Okay.
down.
Because I wasn't entirely finished. Okay,
Okay.
listen.
So,
I was saying that it wasn't just purely based on because of the actions there. Well, maybe there's some action against it, but like okay, let's say if it's only purely based on aesthetic appeal, and that I find it to be the case
mhm.
that I don't find it to be that aesthetic appeals are some intuitions. Now, would I grant it to be the case that I find it
What?
disgusting? I'm saying, bro, I'm saying that if we grant that intuitions are distinct, or I guess not to the case where they're similar to
You don't think some sort of
the
aesthetic
morals,
appeal it has at least something to do in some sort of intuitive factor or intuition factor?
I think the expressions could be to the fact where they happen at the same time. From the fact that usually when you find something to be wrong, it's usually
Okay,
aesthetically
wait. So
displeasing.
when you look at someone
But I
ugly,
don't
you
think
like
that I think that's like
praise them. Wait,
categorical there.
hold on. Right, intuition's like some sort of gut feeling, right? You agree,
You know,
right?
intuitions or some sort of gut feeling. Is that what
Yeah,
you
I'm
asked?
asking you. That. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
asking you. That.
yeah. Let's just follow under that for now. Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, it's just this, right? Like, well, what happens is when you look at someone ugly, you get an aesthetic disgust feeling, or like you get aesthetically disgusted, right? And
Right.
from
How
that,
is it
that's
the
like an
case?
immediate
My
gut.
ass watched the whole entire YouTube video and y'all still going, bruh.
Yeah,
We're talking
sure,
about
sure.
intuitions right now. So we're actually having a good faith discussion, if you even call this good faith. But anyways, continue.
Yeah, but like aesthetic. If you look at someone ugly, you get an aesthetic displeasure, right? It's a gut feeling. It's immediately. It's immediately just like a gut feeling, right?
Okay, are you
So
saying that because they
how do
come
we
from the gut,
distinct aesthetic?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a gut feeling. It's someone's immediate feeling. When you see someone who's, severely ugly, you get disgusted, right? There's an aesthetic disgust, right? And I feel like that's an intuition thing based off of how intuition is.
Okay, so you're saying
Well,
that because they come from the
just
same
to be clear,
source.
guys, just to be
Wait,
clear,
wait, 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 wait. Are you
I'm
saying because they come from the
99% sure I
same
don't
source,
agree
now
with
they're
this.
distinct, or they're the same?
You said
Is
what?
that what you're trying to say? Are you saying that because it comes from the same source, then it follows that they're
No, I'm
the same?
saying the way I'm saying that the way that intuition is and the way that aesthetic are like, and fuck, what is it? The way that aesthetics are, given that they're damn near identical, there's just one extra property. Well, I think they're like quite literally indistinguishable, right? Like, well, intuition's just some gut feeling you get. That gut
Well,
feeling
you're
can be
only
discussed,
saying
right?
wait. Okay, well, you're only
Hold on, hold on,
okay.
hold on.
Okay,
Hold on, hold on. I'm about to draw it in. Okay, right. So
all right.
some intuition, some intuitive thing, right? It's just some gut feeling about something. So that gut feeling you can get is just some sense of rightness, some sense of disgust or something like that. And, aesthetic disgust works the same way, right? Like, well, now it doesn't necessarily have to be a gut feeling based thing, but typically, you get some sort of gut feeling of this thing, right? And it's some feeling of it, right? So, like, for example, beauty. For example, you see someone's beautiful, you get happy. You get some sort of like hormonal reaction and stuff like that. Some sort of gut feeling, right? So
Yeah.
there's the
Um.
symmetry between the two,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that's why I
Okay. I
think they're
mean.
practically the same.
Okay. Okay. So you say they're practically the same, and when you mean by practically, it's just almost, right? You're not saying that they're literally
Basically the
identical,
same.
right? I hope you're not
Like, no,
saying
I'm
that they're
not saying that they're
identical.
literally identical, but I'm saying that they're
Okay.
basically the same.
I mean, I can grant. I mean, you're only saying that they're basically the same because of their origin and where they come from. I don't think that's even the case. I mean, do you find that all mental states are actually, do you find that all mental states are actually like I guess the same in like some practical view?
Well, no, obviously mental states aren't numerical or like all identical, right? Like they're obviously not the same. But
Okay,
like,
I mean, but
no,
like they come from the same origin of the mental state. So, I mean, there seems
well,
to
no,
be a drawing
yeah,
factor where we have
they
some sort
came
of
from.
origin and we don't follow that
Well, no, that's
distinction to be the
just.
similar.
Well, no, that's just. Come on, bro. I'm not gonna lie, prophecy. Give a better response. You know that was retarded. Come on.
Bro,
Come
what?
on.
I mean,
Come
maybe it was a
on.
bad analogy. I mean, okay, I
No,
mean, I can give a better
it's either it's a
analogy.
bad analogy or
Like,
that was
I
just a
mean,
retarded response. Come on, you wait. No, come on. You
like,
know that was a bad
uh,
response, bro. Come
I
on.
mean, okay, either you can attack it or you just want me to give another one, bro. Like,
Yeah, just give another one. I'm not responding to that shit. What the fuck was that?
okay, I mean, whatever. So again,
I can
maybe we
respond
can
to it
make like
actually
a
if you really
god.
want
Maybe
me
we can
to.
make a god analogy. So, do you think that when God, okay, and we're just doing some classical view, please. Let's not like confuse views upon God. There's just classical view of God, right? And when God creates said actions, right, and just assume it's true, right? Do you think that all the objects or the contingent objects that He makes they're identical now because they came from the same origin?
That's holy shit. That's so confused. So no, I do not think that they're same because they came from the same origin, and the reason why that's not going to relate to the same thing that I'm talking about is because, well, the definitions aren't coming from the same origin in the same way that you're phrasing them in the God analogy, right? What's happening is they practically mean the same thing, right? Now, say you give it a hypothetical
You're only
where
saying that they mean
something
the same thing because
practically.
they come from a gut feeling.
That's not why.
Okay, wait, maybe I'm confused. So maybe repeat it. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
like I said it's an immediate gut feeling, and then from the immediate gut feeling we get some sort of base reaction, right? But that's just how both of them are. They're gut feeling reactions, right? Now
Wait,
one
what?
can
Wait, that's
potentially
why
just
they're the
not have a
same?
gut
Wait,
feeling.
if you think all gut reactions are going to be moral intuitions?
No,
So,
not moral
okay,
intuitions. All gut
do you take.
reactions are wait, hold on. Like all like immediate gut reactions or immediate gut feelings or something like that is an intuition thing, right? Also,
No,
that's
I
true
grant
of.
they're intuitions, but moral intuitions are different, right?
No, I'm not making a claim about moral intuitions. I was making a claim about intuitions.
Okay, wait. So you're not saying that moral intuitions and that. Okay, so you're not saying that moral intuitions and that, what's it called? Aesthetic,
Aesthetic
like some sort of
shit.
aesthetic appeal. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
no, I'm not. No, obviously, I'm not saying that's the same thing. What the fuck? No.
Okay, so you're just saying intuitions, then yeah, I can find that like aesthetics are obviously intuitions. Yeah.
Okay,
some sort
okay.
some sort
Oh
of death
my
guy.
god.
I
Wait,
thought you were
yeah,
saying moral intuitions, and that's why I was like
no,
trying
no,
to
no, no.
get like some like more
That was a
terminology.
real lack of clarity. Holy shit. No, that would have been retarded if I said that. No.
That's why it sounded really weird on your part. My bad.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm
Bro, this is
saying,
so boring. I want to speak.
Okay, go
I ain't
leave,
gonna
bro.
lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Let's end the debate here, bro.
Yeah, we
Do
can
you
end it.
think
We
that,
can. Yeah, sure.
bro?